I may catch some shade for this, but when you are pitching, the amount that you are fundraising should be a very specific set number. You should not be fundraising with a range. For me, this boils down to venture psychology, right? You want to make sure as a venture capitalist that you're investing in something and you know where every single dollar is going to be spent and that it's the company is being as capital efficient, they're using that money to the best of their ability. If you have a range, it means there's flexibility. And if you can hit the same milestones with 500K, why would I, as a venture capitalist, give you $1 million and $1.5 million? It's also just a sign of experience, too. If you have a specific set number, you're indicating that you know exactly how much money you need to build this business. You know the ins and outs of every role that you're hiring. These are obviously things that will get validated otherwise through diligence, but it's just a sign of experience to have that in the deck. It's a very simple thing. It's no one's going to pass on your business for this, but it's a personal preference, and I definitely think it's a more powerful storytelling mnemonic to use a specific value, specific number that you're raising. Where this plays into with this comment and valuation, the amount you're raising will imply a certain valuation range. So you also want to make sure you're not raising too little, because if you're a certain stage of business, your valuation will, fluctuate, and you'll take the same amount of dilution where if you're raising 500K and barely scraping by and not paying yourself a salary as a CEO, or you'll take the same dilution if you raise $1 million, $2 million, and are actually paying yourself a livable wage and a livable salary. The thing being, you should make sure you don't raise too much. It's like a Goldilocks problem. You don't want to raise too much, you don't want to raise too little. You have to raise just the right amount of money. Otherwise, VCs will realize that you don't need as much money, or you need or can build a business with less. B, you may have inflated the valuation too high, and that also will cause problems down the line. But C, you don't want to raise too little, because if you don't have enough money to build the business, you can't raise too many bridge rounds. Sometimes you can't even raise one bridge round. So these are all things that you need to be really careful about when fundraising.